The rain, sleet, or snow, they're going to be out.
Women selling their bodies.
Morning, noon, night.
On the streets of Corpus Christi.
It's open for business 24/7.
It's a lonely, dangerous lifestyle, but for Pamela Graves, it's reality.
Are you plugged in, baby?
I sort of can.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We'd like to
What can we do?
What do you want to?
How about some good old-fashioned good sex?
All right.
Graves spent nearly half her life locked up.
CPD, step out. See your hands. Up here. Put them up.
The other half on the streets, selling her body.
Baby,
Huh?
how much?
How much? For some good old-fashioned sex?
Straight up, and just good old sex.
Yeah, 30.
30?
Huh?
Damn, okay.
It's a cycle she can't break. She doesn't do it for the money or the thrill. She does it to fuel her addiction.
What is your drug problem?
Heroin.
Heroin? How long have you been hooked on heroin?
Since I was 15.
Signs of a rough lifestyle, decades of drug use wear on her face.
How many kids do you have?
I have 2, but they're good kids. My daughter graduated from college, and my son just graduated and went into the Navy. They don't hate me, it's the drugs they hate.
Graves is one of the several women who made a sex deal with an undercover officer during this prostitution sting. It's something CCPD's Vice Unit does on a regular basis.
Ma'am, what were you doing in there with that man?
I wasn't doing anything in there.
Did you guys have something set up?
No.
$20?
No.
What are you doing? What's your profession? What are you doing?
Oh, I was trying to get a ride home.
Like most women caught up in a web of prostitution, their addiction to drugs is so powerful they put a price tag on their body. Their minds focused on their next fix. Commander Adele Frise with the Corpus Christi Police Department.
Here in this town, it's all about the drugs.
The next woman picked up during the sting just scored some crack cocaine before getting in the car with the undercover John.
Okay, guys, she's got a crack rock in her mouth. She already scored a $20 rock. But she knows the guy will pay.
33-year-old Ebony Anderson was ready to light up when she got in the car.
Do you mind if I smoke?
No, smoke.
Yeah.
Smoke. Cigarettes?
No, rock.
Oh, you got some crack on you?
I want to go get it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
got really good stuff.
Police didn't find the crack cocaine on Anderson or in her mouth. Anderson denied swallowing it, just like she denied making a sex deal with the undercover cop.
Are you a prostitute?
He gave me a ride.
For what?
Anderson, like most people Commander Frise meets during these stings, is no stranger to the law.
Good. I mean, they're supposed to dry out when they're in prison, but if they don't have the tools, the techniques that they need, to learn how to resist and how to be strong and all the coping techniques, I guess you just need to never stop trying.
The problem, Frise says, runs much deeper than prostitution. And you have to wonder if prison is the answer. Remember Pam?
20 years in prison, do you think that she just doesn't get the point? Or
I don't think she's gotten the help.
We looked into the background of the women rounded up during the sting. According to court records, none of them have been through any type of drug treatment program.
By no means are we kidding ourselves and thinking that we're curing prostitution, but it sure makes quality of life better for a little while in that neighborhood. And then, we also, it gives us an opportunity to offer them some services and see if they're ready. It might take the second or third time, it might take the 20th time, but we got to keep trying, we got to never stop trying.
Prostitution, it's a chosen lifestyle, yes, but the women who solicit sex here in the dark corners of Corpus Christi have to make the choice to leave it behind and give up drugs. That choice is much harder to make. Jessica James, 3 News. Buried inside this father's broken heart
We have reminders of Molly everywhere.
are the memories and moments he shared with his teenage daughter.
Thanks to our Lord looking down on us and trying to tell us that she's in a better place.
19-year-old Molly Olgan had dreamed of becoming a psychologist. She just finished her first semester of college. But when Mario Olguin learned his teenage daughter didn't show up to work on Saturday morning, he knew something was terribly wrong.
And it was not like Molly. Molly, if she had some place to be, she was going to be there.
That gut feeling, his worst nightmare, had become reality. Friday evening, Olguin had plans to see a movie with her girlfriend, 18-year-old Mary Christine Chapa. They stopped at this park in Portland to kill some time before heading to the theater. The two teens never made it. They were gunned down, both shot in the head. Olguin died a short time later. Chapa survived.
If it was somebody she knew, and if it was somebody that she upset, it was just in her nature. I mean, she didn't mean anything by it. There was no reason to take her life the way they did. And if it was somebody that didn't know who she was, she would have given them anything they wanted.
Molly met Christine about a month before she graduated here at Ingleside High School. Friends say their peers had no problem with their relationship and that everyone accepted Molly for the type of person she was. However, some still speculate that her sexual preference may have had something to do with the shootings. Police say they haven't ruled anything out, but remain tight-lipped about the investigation. While state, federal, and local authorities continue to follow leads, Olguin is confident his daughter's killer will one day be caught.
She didn't need her life to end the way it did. Justice will be served.
Meantime, the small town of Ingleside is mourning the loss of a life that ended before it truly began. Jessica James, 3 News. Just about every weekend, you'll find Albert Zertuche here at Bob Hall Pier, fishing pole in hand, eyes on the water.
There it is. I'm bellied up already, dude.
Had a Colgate smile for the next like 6 hours.
His big catch, a 12.5-foot tiger shark.
It's a hammer? No. Tiger. Come on. Yeah, baby. Come on.
Albert has been fishing for decades. He's hooked countless sharks, all different kinds, but this one.
It has dwarfed them all by feet. This is, we're believing to be the biggest shark of the pier since probably the early 60s, maybe early 70s.
Records show about 1 to 2 tiger sharks are caught in Corpus Christi waters per year. Local researchers say one this size will probably end up in the record books. Thanks to cell phone cameras, it was all caught on tape.
I had no idea tiger sharks were even around this area.
The word shark is enough to scare anyone in the water, but knowing you're actually swimming with them?
That's really scary. We're just out there having a good time today, and I'm scared to know that something like that's right where little kids are, like that little girl over there.
Experts say 19 shark attacks have been documented in Texas since 1911, 2 of them fatal. Believe it or not, it took the fishermen about 2 hours to reel the shark in. Once they got it here on shore, they snapped a couple of photos, tagged it, then pushed it back out into the water. Albert participates in a program through the Texas A&M of Corpus Christi. It's a catch and release program where fishermen will tag the sharks themselves, fill out one of these cards, then go online and enter the information into an online database. The information is then analyzed by Dr. Greg Stuns, the director of the tracking program.
Mainly looking at their migration patterns and trying to figure out where they go, where do they pup their young, where do they spend their lives and breed, and all that type of scientific information we're interested in.
Dr. Stuns, who spent years studying and tracking sharks, is surprised one this big was pulled in.
Those fish are really rare, especially that particular size. I mean, tiger sharks occur out there and anglers can routinely target them, but to catch one that size is pretty rare.
Which is why it's hard to believe Albert's favorite part of it all was watching her go.
It was just amazing to see, you know, and now I know she'll be there someday for somebody else to catch at a bigger size, or, you know, find out, hey, they caught it in Florida or Louisiana or down in Mexico somewhere. It's awesome.
Jessica James, 3 News.
Oh, shit. Get out. I guess he's just rolling, huh?